Well, look what the Molerat dragged in. Folks in these parts call me Trader Red, and I heard tell y'all are newcomers to Appalachia. Mind ya, these hills aren't quite what they used to be, full of super mutants, ghouls, things you call scorched, and a cryptid or two might cross your path. But you're darn lucky to have little old me as your tour guide. See, I ain't from around these parts. I'm a backwoods Tennessee gal through and through. But let's just say that Appalachia is my home away from home. Figure you guessed the whole trader part, right? I'm the best at finding the things folks need. Guns, shine, and the odd doodad and thingamajig that might tickle your fancy. And finding those things means I go all over, from Morgantown to Lewisburg and Berkeley Springs to Watoga. No one knows these hills like Trader Red. So, if you want to see the sights, learn some history, and not get eaten at the same time, follow old Trader Red here as we wander through the wasteland of post-war Appalachia and maybe, just maybe, uncover some juicy tidbits and secrets along the way. Tarnation. 10mm pistols, ammo, stim packs, Radaway, and what's this? Oh, wonderful. 100 pieces of spoiled meat. These 76ers sure have one hell of a sense of humor. Whoa there. Oh, it's just you. Almost scared old Red here right out of my skin. Apology accepted. But out here, you need to have eyes in the back of your head, lest some raider or feral ghoul get the drop on you. Anyway, I heard y'all was looking for a guide, someone to show you all the sights of this here Appalachia, right? Well then, y'all come to the right place. I may not be from around here originally, but I know Appalachia like the back of my hand. Comes with the territory of being a wasteland trader. And don't you worry none. Between me being as sweet as can be and old Percy here, best damn rifle in these here hills, y'all got nothing to fear. Well, mostly. Now, you did bring those caps, right? As much as I'm obliged, this here hospitality ain't free neither. Thank you kindly. Y'all asked for the grand tour, so no better place to start than right here. Vault 76. I know y'all heard the stories, these folks being the best and brightest, but let me tell you, darling, they were more a mixed bag, if y'all get my meaning. But can't say they didn't change things. Maybe better, maybe worse, but Appalachia ain't been the same since. Of course, that was a bit before my time, but that door there opened on October 23rd, 2102, and outpoured all those 76ers. Came right down those very steps and talked at that bot over there. Kinda funny, 'cause he's been here ever since, too. Guess Vault-Tec never got around to telling him what to do after everyone left. He's good for a laugh or two, but not much else. Sent all those folks out after the overseer, telling them she went down to Flatwoods. Flatwoods ain't such a bad place. Right on down there a ways. Guess we'll be following in those folks' footsteps. Good a way of seeing Appalachia as any. Even better, I'll introduce you to a friend of mine, who just happens to pour a mighty fine shine, too. Feel free to say hi to the bot on the way by, and we'll get this show on the road.
Ever get so lost in your favorite game that the day slips by unnoticed? Do you need audio dramas and gaming pods to get you through the day till you can jump back in game? You're not alone. I'm inviting you to join me as we dive into a world of immersive lore and gameplay on my shows The Fallout Feed, Starfield Lorecast, and Dames Who Game, plus all the shows we do on the ASA Podcasting Network. On the Fallout Feed, we celebrate the world of Fallout and occasionally other RPGs, where rad roaches are far from the only bugs you'll encounter, and there's always a new way to tackle a quest. For Starfield fans, join me on the Lorecast. And on Dames Who Game, join me and my girls as we mix games, nerdy media, makeup, and our latest obsessions. With these and other shows at ASA Podcasting, we believe the best way to experience a game is to dive deep. Find us wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple, you name it. ASA Podcasting, your next adventure starts here.
Whoa, boy. Forgot about those ferals. They can make a mighty fine mess if you all let them get too close. They ain't friendly, no matter how much you try to talk to them. Not like those other ghouls. Keep an eye out. Them ain't the only dangers around here. Take that farm over there, called the Wixom Homestead. When the 76ers first passed by, some thought they saw people about. Even went over to say hi. But they weren't people. Weren't ferals either. They was scorched. What is a scorched? Them was all that was left of the folks who used to live in these parts. Survivors. And now, monsters. See, sometime after the bombs, a plague done rolled over the land. Folks got infected and turned. Then came the scorched beasts. These big, flying monsters. By the time the 76ers came around, there was nothing left but the monsters and those damn scorched. I can't imagine, I tell you. But it made one hell of an impression. Drove them 76ers to find the overseer and find out just what the hell was going on around here. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. Y'all paid for the grand tour, and old Red here will oblige. We'll be over at the Wayward before you know it. But first, let old Red tell you a bit about Appalachia. It's a mighty different place since the bombs dropped. It weren't no paradise before, and it sure as heck ain't for the faint-hearted now, neither. This here's called the Forest. Probably 'cause it's still so darn green. But don't let the looks fool you, because it still has its share of ghouls, scorched, and even the odd blood eagle or two. But compared to elsewhere, it might as well be a little slice of wasteland heaven. Well, pretty much smack dab in the middle, Flatwoods is a little responder town, not too far from the Wayward. And if you head north, you'll find Morgantown, a big pre-war city. Mighty fine place for looting and supplies. While down south, you got Charleston, the capital of all of West Virginia. The whole place got flooded a few years back when David Thorpe and his raiders blew up the old dam above the city. Not a lot left to see. But gosh, if that golden dome on the Capitol building ain't still there. We got the Toxic Valley, way up north. Whole place is covered in gray stuff. That looks like snow, but it ain't snow neither. Don't recommend eating it, that's for sure. When you get close, your radio will light up like one of those old Christmas trees. The mayor of Grafton? Well, see, he ain't the real mayor. He's just a big box of flashing lights with delusions of grandeur. He's always on about Grafton Day or fixing some of the old tourist attractions. Not a bad way to earn a few caps, but he's crazier than the day is long, so mind your P's and Q's around him. Then there's Eastern Regional Penitentiary, big old prison. It's full of super mutants and handybot guards that'll chase you halfway around Appalachia trying to arrest you. Yeah, not much Appalachia ain't crazy, I'll tell ya. Another garden spot of Appalachia is this place they call the Ash Heap. Head south and just look for the smoke. Whole area was nothing but coal mines, dirt, and dust before the war. Now, just about everything is on fire, or just seems that way. Make sure you bring your gas mask and have eyes in the back of your head. Never know when something is gonna come out of the smoke looking to make you its next snack. Big old Mount Blair is a sight to behold. Maybe the only thing worth seeing. Biggest damn excavator you ever did see. Used to carve the tops right off hills back in the day. Workers got all uppity before the war, went on strike, and took over the whole area. Big fight with the National Guard, too. Wasn't pretty. Or so I've been told. If y'all need a friendly face, you can mosey on over to the Big Bend Tunnel. The Blue Ridge Caravan set up their trading posts on both sides there, leading caravans from one side to the other. They pay good caps for guards, and it's not a bad place to trade neither. If you stop by, make sure you tell Joanna Mayfield hi for Old Red. She's the owner of the whole joint, tough as nails, and she'll treat you fair. Then you have the Savage Divide, old raider territory. See all them mountains east over here? Yeah, back in the day, David Thorpe and his raider gangs set up shop, owned all of it. Top of the world, that big tower over there, that used to be a big ski resort. Then David made it his home after the bombs dropped. Scorched cleared all those folks out, and the monsters moved right in. Don't rightly know which was worse. Nowadays, that crazy raider bot Rose broadcasts from the top of the world, and whatever she says, do not, and I mean do not, try to hug a deathclaw. Then you've got all the Super Mutants over at West Tech in Hunterville. Rumor has it they were all made there before the war. And up north, you can find the Monongo Mine. Heard strange things go on down there in that mine. So think twice before paying it a visit. We also got us a brand new raider gang, calling themselves the Rust Eagles. Not quite as psychotic as those Blood Eagles. They love bots. Bots with knives. Bots with lasers. Bots with sharp spoons. You name it, they got it. Put on a show every few days or so. Pay good caps for folks who try to fight their bots. I ain't quite that crazy, but tarnation if it ain't fun to watch. If you manage to get over the divide, you'll end up in the mire. A damn big forest and swamp. It's filled with all kinds of creatures you ain't never seen before. Not to mention there's these things we call strangler vines. Damn things are everywhere and weasel their way through everything. It's real easy to get lost. And watch your step in the water, you find. Never know when an angler or two might jump out on you. Heard tell of some old fishing captain who set up shop down by the Valley Galleria Mall. Got himself a nice little camp, and some strange friend of his ain't necessarily human. Ain't gonna cast no aspersions, with me and my extras and all. But whatever he is, it does give old Red here the creeps. But the captain's nice enough. Hands out fishing poles and points you in the direction of some mighty fine fishing spots. If you're brave enough to tackle what we got in this here water, that is. Then we got the Cranberry Bog. Ain't the place for you young'uns to be visiting unless you're ready for a fight. That's where the Scorched came from. And it's full of the damn things. Plus those flying monsters I told you about, the Scorch Beasts. Then there's Watoga. Folks used to call it the City of the Future. Now it's full of killer robots who'll shoot you on sight. So check yourself before you decide to pay it a visit. If you're a few tools short of a shed, there's Fisher Sight Prime, home of the damn queen of the Scorch Beasts. Feel free to drop a nuke on that area if you want a real fight on your hands. Can't say I'm crazy enough to try, but those 76ers seem bound and determined to poke the beast, if you get my meaning. And finally, you keep heading south and you'll find Skyline Valley. Used to be some big national park. But there was some accident over at the Hawksbill weather station, and now there's this right monster of a storm over the whole region. Never seen nothing like it. Spooky as hell. And there's this new kind of mutated folk down there too, called the Lost. Like ghouls, but look like they've been filled to the brim with lightning or something. There's another big vault down there too, Vault 63. It's full of ghouls, if you can believe it. Keep broadcasting about how they need help with something. If you're brave, or foolish enough, you can see what's going on. And if you do, and don't die, Old Red here would be happy to buy you a drink and bend an ear to your tales of adventure. And speaking of drinks, looks like we're here. This here's the Wayward, my home away from home, and a damn fine place for food and a bit of shine. Hope I didn't talk y'all's ear off on the way, but we got a long road ahead of us, if you're serious about seeing the sights of Appalachia. Wanted you to know what you've gotten yourselves into, but don't worry, Old Red here is the best damn tour guide you'll ever find. The first round's on me, feeling a mite generous today. Then we can talk about where we're headed next. Appalachia ain't for the faint of heart, but stay close to Old Red and you'll have the time of your life. And I promise, I'll get you out in one piece. Mostly. Duchess! Damn if it ain't a sight for sore eyes. And Polly! Looking fine as ever for an Sultron. Come, one time, for some shine. Well, darlings, it has been quite a hoot, and we're just getting started. We got a whole lot of Appalachia out there, and as long as y'all keep those caps a-comin', Old Red will walk you from one end to the other. Along the way, I'll introduce you to some special friends, like Graham and Charlie, some nice folks at the White Spring, and a bunch of other newcomers who've made Appalachia their home. And if y'all are real nice, I'll take you over to Nuka World on tour. As long as we can dodge the mole miners and some giant mutated Molerat monster that's been stomping around. Not to mention a killer robot my friend Aries knows something about. So finish your shine and fill your belly, because we'll be back on the road soon enough. Thank y'all for visiting, and stay tuned for the next episode of Wasteland Wanderings with Trader Red.